All right, well, I think we're live. For some reason, Saul can't join. That's why I told people to try it a little early. Um, Well, hello, the stream. I'll give you guys a second to get on, obviously. If you are on here, let us know where you're at. How's it going? Say the highs, the hellos. Well, we have some. You guys talk. You've been around me enough. So welcome people to the lit stream real quick while I
Yo,
type.
yo, welcome back. First lit stream of the season.
Hey,
Starting out fresh and early, exciting times in city land.
Big game tomorrow. I know we're going to talk about it. What's up, Musa
Okay,
from
the Lou
St.
in the
Louis?
building.
So, Musa, I know you're going to be on with us. I want to talk to you about a kid that's on the St. Louis roster, a kid that's from here in Fort Wayne. So, uh,
oh, hey, that's dope. Okay, well,
Connections.
I'm here. I'm here. Hopefully, we can get everything figured out for our first guest. I mean, Musa, I think I'm happy you're here. We might have to bring you on first while we handle the things with Bitter and Blue. Uh, but this is the lit stream. I am Crumb Chocolate. That's Tarek. This is Sharpie. We are Shades of Blue. The way that the lit stream works, if you haven't been to one, we did a little short stint last summer or last season, tried it out, and I don't know, I felt just something great felt about it. Just being able to do it. I wanted to keep it going twice a week, and this energy is nice because it's relaxed. We don't have to be on. Tarek is a big fan of the live format. That is something about him. He just turns live when it's live.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't know. I like having an audience. I don't know.
Interaction, that's what it
I
is.
know.
You
I
get the
feel that. I
energy,
feel that.
you feel it. The chat gets going. Yeah, it's a
Well, the
good
way
time.
yes, well, the way that this works is we will have three guests, hopefully, on one at a time, and we'll just have a discussion. The way that this show works the best is, of course, when those lit chats are at its most lit. Let's go. First topic we do since it's city. Because obviously we have a great topic when we bring Moose on. So let's just quickly talk about this match tomorrow against Burnley. Oh, cool. Saul's here, so we'll be able to do it. So Musa, I'll have you on second. Saul's here. We'll be able to bring him on. Uh, this Burnley match, we can just talk about this real quickly. I want to plug Breaking Bread once we're done. Let's let's just even just get straight to the score predictions because we have a kickoff show. We can talk in depth about what we think the match is going to look like. So we'll just do a quick score predictions. Tarek?
Hmm.
I'm going to go I'm going to go 2-0.
Oh, that's surprising. Okay. Sharpie?
We're on the road at Turf Moor. They're going to be hyped. It's going to feel like a Champions League final to them. They want payback for one of the cup competitions last year where we slaughtered them. Um, I think they nick a goal. I'm gonna go 3-1.
Okay.
See, I almost went 3-1. That was my initial thought. And I was like, 3 might be too high. It's early in the season. Let's just bump it down to 2, and then I'll take away their goal because our back line is going to be amazing. So, whatever. But we'll see.
You can do the Sharpie difference. 3-1 is still 2-0, right?
Hey, there you go. That's all
Yeah,
that
that's what I
matters.
was.
One, not two. We're here, Terry.
And I actually think we're gonna run it up even there at Turf Moor. I know they're gonna bring the energy. Of course, let's stream. Let us know what you think the score is gonna be. I think we're gonna 4-1. I will give them one. They are home. I'm not a mean person, but yeah, we're just gonna run it up. It dropping at 8 p.m. Central Time, right after this lit stream ends, is our first episode of Breaking Bread. It will be a weekly, multi-weekly, depending on obviously the matches that City play. I will be bringing on a guest who represents the club that we were about to play. So I had Turfcast, which is a very popular Burnley podcast, on Joe, and we chatted about Burnley key players, matchups. I am just looking forward to being able to chat with so many different people, writers, podcasts, etc., from so many different clubs. So tap into that. It's going to be free for a month while we build up the Patreon, but it will be a Patreon exclusive. Let you guys feel the vibes. Call this a little free trial. But first, let's bring on our guest, our homie Saul. It feels like it's been a year. It's been way over a year. It's been too long. Hello, friend. How are you doing? What's up?
What up,
guys?
Saul?
How you doing? You guys hear me all right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sorry about that technical difficulty. I think we're good now. Great to be on with you guys as always.
Yes.
Lighting looks great. My man looks photo ready. Okay, that's
I almost wore that kit, but I was like, I'm gonna get a little loungy. I'm gonna be wearing a kit all weekend and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I just woke up from a nap maybe 38 minutes ago, so the shirt was the closest thing. Got this Women's World Cup, so I'm ready to go. Stay up crazy late, party and stuff. Wow, let's go. Saul, let's get a quick score prediction from you.
Sure thing. Going away to Burnley. Vincent Kompany knows Pep really well, obviously. I'll go 2-1 City. Holland brace.
Ooh, I like that. Way to start. Did y'all know Holland hasn't scored in his last 6 matches for City?
Yeah,
And
Twitter will let
one
you
out of the
know.
last 9.
It feels like
Doesn't
Guys,
matter.
let all of City know.
Yeah.
And we're still managing to find ways to win. So even in our most City, where we seem a little anemic in goals, we find a way to win, and that's all that matters. Can you imagine his reaction when he finally does score? He's too lit to do the Zen. I don't know what he's gonna do.
The faucet opens. Real quick in the chat, we got some predictions. Jennifer says 2-1, like Saul. And Adam's got a shootout, 3-2. Worried about what the hell Kompany is cooking. That is very, if you know Adam, that's very apropos for his energy.
Yes.
Nervy.
He's nervous.
He's a nervous type.
But you know what? I don't blame him. I mean, I'm not nervous per se. I'm actually torn. I want to see Burnley do well because of Vinny. Now, if he wasn't there, I wouldn't care. But I want him to do well. I want him to succeed in every match except for the ones when they play us. You know, of course, I don't want them to be better than us, but I want him to succeed. To see what he was able to do in the championship, if he can replicate that in the Premier League, it goes a long way to establishing him as a real contender for a City manager role in the future. Still a little ways to go, but I think success at this level, especially with a team like that, goes a long way to positioning him for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think especially after he did it's basically a 180 for Burnley, right? They do the Brexit banner and all that stuff, and that's completely opposite. The whole team is full of fun, young talent. So
they put out some great content. I don't know if anybody saw the video on Twitter. The fan who was like so anti-Kompany because he's not hoofing it down the pitch like Sean Dyche. It was all a parody, but it was hilarious. Like
I was gonna say, are there really fans that do that? But
no, it was a joke, but it was a whole thing. But it was very entertaining. But yeah, I mean, do we know any of their players? Like, let's be honest here. This is the lit stream. We keep it a buck. I don't know who's on Burnley. It doesn't even matter. Come on now. If Kompany wasn't the manager, we'd be saying 5-0. Crump be saying 6. Like, this is the Kompany tax.
What did I said 4? I mean, I said 4. I said 4-1.
I said if Kompany wasn't the manager,
I'm gonna blame you guys, and I honestly am blaming you guys because I don't want to ruin his prediction, but you should really listen to the episode with Turfcast because he's less positive about their chances than any of you guys are. Like DT3 6-1 in an FA Cup, right? Like that was his energy. You know, he very happy about the season, but not very optimistic about their outcome tomorrow. So I think that's a real fun thing to know.
And yes, we do know people on Burnley because some of them are former players for City. But I had to look
Trafford,
that up
right?
to remind myself about that. Trafford, Muric, the
Yeah.
two goalkeepers. I think
It's only one goalkeeper position though, so I mean,
it's okay. We have two great goalkeepers, don't we? So I
yes.
mean, they got to get two. Then they got CJ Egan Riley.
Oh, that guy, I remember him. Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
I'm saying,
CJ.
so you know, they got a
I
couple,
remember him.
couple
Okay.
City players, former City players.
Damn, City Rejects. Wow, that's crazy.
He's a youngin.
And they just signed Aaron Ramsey. Joe does a very good job at
It's
basically exploit. Joe Ramsey, is that his name? I know Aaron Ramsey. There we go, but not the Aaron Ramsey we think. He's a black bloke, and so he's young. I think they got him from Aston Villa, and he was
Jacob's
a baller.
brother, right?
Yeah. He's a little baller. He has a lot of promise. I think they're gonna make some noise, but I'm not too worried about it. Honestly, I want to talk about because I was very hopeful that Barcelona, because it was the word out that they needed a certain amount of money to register a bunch of players before this weekend, or else they could potentially lose Gundo, and he would become a free agent. And I was very hopeful that would happen. That didn't happen. They were able to register all of their players, and that is because of the fact I want to actually pull up what they did. They sold 49% of their Barca studios for 180 million euros to a Mexican company. But can you imagine? And I don't believe this is the first time that they've sold a vast amount of their shares to Barca Studios. I believe that was one of the first levers for a chunk. They're going to be making all this content, all these documentaries, very similar to what City Plus does. And you're not monetizing off of your own stuff. You're shooting your own stuff with your own equipment, your own players that you paid for, and it's just going to someone else. That's insane.
So I think they did. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. So
I think that first lever, I think it fell through. They couldn't pay whoever did it last year. So now this one's a new lever on the same pretty much the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Barcelona moving in curious ways.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say exactly what he said. Ultimately, that the group that had it last year, they made the first payment, so it ended up with I think $20 million or 20 million euros probably, and then couldn't pay. So now, again, like he said, selling the same thing to someone else, with the intent of actually receiving that money. We'll see what actually happens. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say, well, they're not going to be able to monetize it, but I mean, I guess they are in a way. They're kind of pre-monetizing it. If something blows up, then they won't get any more money. But this is a guarantee that they will get some money, even if they don't shoot anything, right? So
I'm gonna come at this from a different angle, right? I think the current administration of Barca, Laporta, right? He was dealt a really crappy hand, right? He wasn't responsible for all the mismanagement that happened in the years prior. And so when you're trying to dig out of a hole, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to rob Peter to pay Paul. And they're coming off the back of they won La Liga. They beat Real Madrid by 10 points, which is basically a blowout, right? Like if City wins by 10 points, we go, wow, it's an incredible, easy season. They were dominant in La Liga, and they weren't even ready yet. Like they're almost like a year ahead of schedule. If you've seen anything from them on the pitch this season, like they have talent. They have young talent there. I hope they get the money. I want them to buy Joao Cancelo. Please give us 30 mil. Everybody's happy. Again, just help us help you. So I hope everything goes through the deal. Hope Joao's gone by next Thursday. Like, we play Sevilla soon over somewhere in the Middle East. He can just go straight to Spain. He doesn't have to come back to City. I'm okay with it.
And the match is in Greece. It's not.
Oh, Greece. There we go. Yeah. So even closer. Yeah.
Even better.
There we go.
Well, sure. Let's just keep that moving. I guess so. I didn't see if you put anything on here. Was there anything you wanted to talk about? Were you the Messi MLS person?
I wasn't. I was gonna put that, but someone else put that. I was at his first match. That was really really fun.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's
yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's
Against the Cruz Azul, it was a really fun time. Seeing the best player ever is a crazy experience. And
Especially against the MLS. So, like, have you were this is obviously okay if you haven't, but have you seen him in person play with another squad?
no, no, he was here last year. They played Honduras.
Oh,
Argentina did,
nice.
but I
Yes.
couldn't. I wasn't able to go. But I finally saw him. Only 20,000 people saw his first game, so it was a crazy experience.
That's
It's
intimate for
a
him,
small
what he's
field,
used
yeah.
to in in the stadiums that he's used to. Can you imagine the photo of him flying first class? He had a big old smile on his face because truly, when was the last time Messi probably slept or probably flew first class? All of this stuff is very fun and exciting for him for now. We will see how long this actually will last. I'm interested though.
so. Are you from the Miami area? Is that where you're living?
Yeah, more or less, like 30 minutes. So yeah,
Okay,
uh,
Fort Lauderdale. I mean, in
yeah,
that
yeah.
that part of
hmm
the state. What about? Have you been to any of the Miami FC games before, or Inter Miami, I should say? Have you been to any of their games before this one?
Yeah, actually, last year I went to my first game. I went to against LAFC. He played Carlos Vela, which obviously
Okay.
Mexican
Yeah.
American.
Yep.
Oh
So
yeah.
I went
So
to go see him. That was
how
fun.
different was the environment from the Carlos Vela game that you went to last year to now the Messi game this year?
I did feel everything was more buttoned up. The first game we went to
Mm.
last year, there was a huge storm during the game, and actually one of the light fixtures almost fell, which was
Oh,
a
jeez.
crazy experience. I've never seen that at a stadium, right? And then this time there must have been 50, 60 security on each side of the field. It was a crazy environment. There was a couple children that tried to ran in, and it was like an NFL tackle. It was crazy. So yeah, everything definitely this time around was really buttoned up. It was actually a pleasurable experience compared to last year,
Yeah, I bet
and
they
it was
did.
full.
Oh, nice.
I was going to ask you, the fans, do you feel like, because again, Messi is a all world attraction, right? People that aren't necessarily football fans are Messi or know about Messi. I was trying to get a sense of if the crowd was more into it, less into it, because maybe they're more just, I'm gonna use the word surface fans. They're just, I'm a fan of the event. I'm a fan of Messi, even if I'm not a fan of football and how, what that looks like in a normal match.
Yeah, I think so. It was pretty passionate fans though. We had a
Okay.
fan in front of us that drove in from Texas. There was
Mm.
Wow.
a couple of ladies behind us that were from South Korea. It was a crazy time. Just about everyone were different types of people, from different backgrounds, different everything. There was
Whoa.
families from Mexico because the team that they played was Mexican.
Mhm.
There was literally people from everywhere. It was crazy. I don't
Yeah,
even know
yeah,
how many Miami people were there, to
I
be
didn't
honest.
even think about that. Like the Cruz Azul, the how many chances are that team going to be able to play against Messi? So yeah, they're
Right.
going to be able to. Yeah, also yeah.
So one more thing to turn this back city focused. We were supposedly in discussions with Messi. There was a lot of talk about whether or not we could sign Messi, so on and so forth. I'm wondering if maybe that wasn't really about us signing him for NYCFC. If there was always this discussion about maybe him coming to
Mm.
MLS, if maybe he would have been an NYCFC fan, but then, or not a fan, but a player. But then I wonder if, you know, NYCFC is playing in a baseball stadium. They're playing at Yankee Stadium or Mets City Field or wherever. They don't really have a actual home. I wonder if that would have been a turnoff,
Oh
that
yeah,
kind of a
because
thing,
getting
because
revenue and shares
he's
and stuff.
Messi. You got to have, and I don't think from everything I'm hearing, the stadium there in Fort Lauderdale is a more temporary stadium. It's not like where they're ultimately going to be, but I imagine still soccer specific, so it's better for playing soccer, football, as opposed to a baseball stadium. So I'm imagining that would I'm not gonna say he would make a decision based on that, but if I'm Messi, I want to play on the best field I can because I don't want to get hurt. So
and it's grass, right? Because he already said he's not playing turf, which eliminates like 5 teams. So
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Oh, and I mean, and people were saying that he could hopefully push the growth of football because just imagine the revenue that you're going to lose knowing that Messi just said that I'm not playing at your 5 stadium. So thank you. I'll just be
But-
resting.
But you have owners like the owner in Charlotte who was like, I don't care about Messi. I'm not changing my field. I'm playing on, we're going to continue to play on turf. We've been playing on turf all this time. We're not going to play, not going to change it. Now we'll see if he sticks to that or if if the league doesn't force that. But again,
Right.
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Charlotte, but I don't know if they're playing in the same stadium as the Panthers. Because if so,
yeah.
you can't really change it because it would impact the Panthers, which I assume is the primary tenant until you get your own stadium or whatever. So, just a lot of interesting discussion. I'm not really a big MLS fan per se, even though, I pay attention, of course, because of Messi and it's all over. Jennifer lives in Charlotte.
The turf is trash. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like that is the silliest hill to die on. It's insane. It has nothing to do with Messi. It's just I'm not changing my turf. Like
It's exactly what it is.
You should though.
You can't make me do it, and I don't have to. So I'm not going to.
It's so dumb. So dumb. All right. Well, before I get you out of here, Saul, I did put it. It was the first topic in our in the Google of the top 7 teams. Which one do you think will lose? I'll read them off. Man City's playing Burnley. Arsenal is playing Nottingham Forest. Man United is playing Wolves. And then Newcastle are playing Aston Villa. So that's 2 of the top 7s going against each other. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Or sorry, that's the one. Sorry, Liverpool versus Chelsea. No, actually, I'm a hot mess. Obviously, let me just read. Newcastle versus Aston Villa. Liverpool versus Chelsea. And Brighton versus Luton Town.
I think I was gonna go with the hipster pick. I was gonna pick Nottingham over Arsenal. But I think I'm gonna have to go Chelsea over Liverpool. I'm not buying Liverpool a ton. Sorry, Charlie.
Wow.
And I do think Chelsea, even though they're missing a striker and Nkunku's injured, I think with Enzo and Sterling, it should be enough to get a win. Especially Liverpool's defense isn't what they were before. So.
All right. Well, I love it.
Can you imagine if Nottingham Forest were to beat Arsenal in match day 1? Oh my goodness! It would
Matt
not
Turner,
be.
incredible keeper, right? He can stop a lot of stuff. He's not good at anything else, but shot stopping is incredible.
But
So you never know.
they said they're talking about getting Dean Henderson back too potentially. So it's like, is he gonna go to Nottingham and still be a number 2 behind Dean Henderson? We'll see if that actually happens or not. Again, it's all rumors. I don't know it. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
But I couldn't pray for a better start to this season than an Arsenal loss. So let's just hope.
I mean, just the memes would be incredible, right?
Oh yeah, no, I would love it.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
need it.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate
One more thing
you.
before I go.
Oh, yeah. Of course, of
If you don't
course.
mind.
No, go for it.
Yeah. Today I wrote 3 very specific predictions, right?
Yes.
One of my hottest predictions was City won't concede over 30 goals. What do you guys think? Last season they conceded 34. So as a comparison.
Yeah, I love that. No, I was thinking along the same lines. So that's a beautiful prediction because of the defenders we have. And you just added Vardiol, right? Like you just made it stronger. It's gonna be hard to score against us. If we lose, we're losing 1-0. We're not gonna be in too many shootouts. Pep's not, that Newcastle match isn't happening last year, right? Where it was like a 3-3 draw or whatever. I love that prediction, man. Because last year I thought we were gonna get 100 goals and we missed it by like I think 9 or 10 or whatever. So under 30 sounds wonderful. I would take a bet on that.
No, I love that. Turn that up. Can you imagine? That's something I guess I really didn't pay attention to. Obviously, I know our defense was fantastic, but our offense was so great. I guess I was never really worried about our defense. But bringing that to my attention, that's definitely something that I think I'm going to pay attention to and definitely should be more focused on and talking more crap about. Honestly, because that's brilliant. 34 goals. Wow.
Yeah, I think that was last season. I think they can challenge Mourinho's record, which was I think 19, if I remember correctly. Well, that might
Oh,
be a
yeah.
little too hot, but we'll
Ooh.
see.
I will definitely say I'm with you on the 30. I'm looking at I complained a lot last year because we were giving up goals. Just like we kept giving up goals. I was like, we just had to be better defensively. That was pre World Cup. That was pre the change in the system. That was pre, going 4 center backs at the back. Now that we've played that system, we're familiar with it. We're coming into the season with it. Oh yeah, like we gave up. You said we gave up 34. I think we were at over almost 20 of those before the 31st of December. So I genuinely think that 19 is hard. Ooh, that's tough. But definitely 30. I think we're in for that for sure.
I think Edison also wants a Golden Glove again. It's like
Let's
he saw
go. He
other people
deserves.
get it last year. He's like, whoa, this is mine. This is my rightful.
You
trophy.
can enjoy this for
Get it
1
together,
year.
boys.
Have fun.
Get it together.
All right. Well, so I very much appreciate you, homie. We will have you on a Shades of Blue episode very soon.
Yep, sounds great, guys. Thank you. Follow
Good to see you
Bitter
again,
and
man.
Blue 1 on Twitter.
Bitter and Blue 1, baby.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's quickly bring on Musa Sek. Okay. So how are you, sir? I'm gonna immediately hit you with. So Musa Sek, you told me on Twitter because I called you Musa Sek and you were like, that's not my name, but that's the name I use. What? Why? What? Please explain it to me because I'm not aware of it.
Whoa. We gotta stop.
Uh-oh.
Liverpool beat out Chelsea for Caicedo.
That's
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Just
Yes,
announced.
indeed.
Yeah,
Next
I
thing
thought
just
that
dropped
was.
it.
They've been talking about it.
That's 110 million pounds.
But
I'm sorry. That's crazy.
hey, we haven't reached that.
A rich American dad.
Yes.
The Americans fought it out and broke some news. Whoa.
But
Guess
think
what the
about
rich
it.
came for?
So
Let's think about it for a second, though. They didn't want to pay $50 million for a midfielder 2 weeks ago. Are they
Like
going
what?
to go for 110?
Well, that was going to be my issue. If they paid 110 for Caicedo, why did they not drop everything for Bellingham at the beginning of the window? Just say, here's 110, just drop it on him. Boom, be done. Yes, it's going to cost more from a month to month basis off his salary. But my God, if I could get Bellingham for 89, or I can go spend 110 to get Caicedo, I know what I'm doing.
Was their preseason that bad? Like, what happened? Like, what did Klopp see to make him be like, bro, no, do whatever you got to?
I mean, let's be very real here. Like, Caicedo is that guy.
No,
And
but
he is the heir apparent now to Fabinho. Declan Rice only went for $5 million
Fabinho
less,
sits
and I
down
think
for
he's
110.
I think he's better than Declan Rice. Like, I think he's more athletic. I think he's a better shooter. I think he's a better dribble. Like, I just think he's slightly
younger.
better player. So
I just think that
Any player like
Brighton just have the best staff ever because they find guys for like $5 million and sell them for 75,
Right.
80.
But
No.
how many, and again, I'm sure there is, because I haven't done the math in my head. I haven't gone back and checked the receipts, but how many Brighton players go other places and take it up another level?
Did
I'm thinking
Brighton care about that?
well, if I'm Liverpool, I do.
Okay.
I'm not Liverpool, so I don't care. If he goes and he flops, I don't care. But if I'm going to drop 110, I need to be sure that you're going to go from strength to strength, because I've only seen him play for one season in the Premier League, as far as I know, right? Am I
Yeah, I
wrong?
don't think there's much history behind a lot of the Brighton because I think it's just the future of having those players coming in and how well they've adapted to the EPL so quickly. Because it's kind of rare to see a player come in from South America, first year EPL, and then everybody wants to buy them. And now the prices are overinflated anyways. You know, Declan Rice goes for 100 million. I would have never guessed it 2 years ago.
Yeah. I think back to what's the floppy haired dude that we were trying to get the
Cucurella.
left back.
Oh, no, we can't say
I
his
like
name.
how you knew.
What's his name? I don't even know his name.
Cucurella. We can't-
Cucurella, yeah.
Yeah, no.
He had one good season, and we were like, "Oh, let's go get him." And I think he could have maybe done decent. But then he went to Chelsea. Did he do anything that would make you think he was worth 60, 70
Oh
million?
no, I just stay
Absolutely
away from
not.
him. Especially when
I think for
raise
him,
people shouts.
he's the problem though. Apparently, there was a lot of family issues behind. Apparently, his house was robbed when he was at a game, and family sickness. I guess it was a little bit more like the personal aspect that may have affected his
Okay.
performance. But
You-
Chelsea all around was kind of bad last year.
See, that's what I was gonna get at, because we know it's a team sport. Like
Yeah.
if you are one player and the other 10 around you aren't right and the system isn't right and you got multiple managers in the season, or you go to the wrong place. Look at Basuma. Basuma went to Spurs.
This is the
Conte
lit
didn't
stream.
rate him.
We don't have time for logic. This is the lit stream.
I can't do-
It's
I
all
can't do-
vibes up in this joke.
And that's the point. We're gonna keep it right. They are good. The systems they went to are terrible. I think Liverpool getting Caicedo and McAllister, this makes me feel even better about picking them to finish over Arsenal. Like, that's a strong midfield. Like, you can play that double pivot, have Trent go in front.
I'll
and do
give
what he
them
does.
credit for you put that combination back together. Who they've played together already. Now they have some chemistry between the two of them. So I'll give them credit for that for sure. And to be honest, there's no doubt in my mind that switching the topic a little bit, Caicedo is better than Lavia. I didn't want them to get Lavia because I feel like Lavia should be a City player. He belongs to us. And I didn't want to see him line up.
We still have a chance.
I didn't want to see him line up for Liverpool. Now, to be honest, they got a better player.
Yes.
They paid a ton more, double what they were going to have to pay to.
Triple.
Well, I think Southampton wanted 50.
Just
So-
50, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's at least double what they were going to have to pay for him. He might be double the player this year. I don't know. He'll be double the player long term, but next year he might be double the player. I don't know. But that's a big move by them. And this is why you said, Charlie, we could give our predictions on, where people are going to end up on the podcast, but we need to see what's going to happen with the transfer window before we can make a final decision.
That midfield upgrade from Fabinho Henderson to Caicedo and Caicedo and McAllister.
whatever.
What?
Oh wow!
Oh my
McAllister-
God.
and they still got that Zablowski or what have you
Yeah.
say his name.
They got D, Dominic,
Soboslai.
big Dom.
Soboslai.
Soboslai.
Something
Yes.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
They
Something a
get
lot better than
nasty,
they are.
man. They're coming back, bro. Like,
It's a lot of promise. It might be a slow start at the beginning of the season, but yeah, I definitely see where they could get hot. Their defense is still awful though, so it's just they're gonna be playing. It's gonna be some fun matches to watch.
To Charlie's point, you got Caicedo sitting in front of you protecting as opposed to Fabinho with no legs anymore.
Mm.
I mean, that's an upgrade right there. That's going to strengthen their back line just because they're going
and
to.
Klopp took Pep's system. That's the way Trent was unlocked. He played the three at the back.
You think they're gonna stick
in the
with that?
front. Yeah,
I guess I didn't play this. Oh, have they?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's
Man.
the thing. Like, they tried Matip at right center back. He's not as good as Konate. Obviously, he's
At
not as
all.
athletic.
Yeah.
But they got Robertson on the left of Van Dijk. Van Dijk's fully fit. He's the captain now. Truly, like, not
Man's
just real.
really tracked our steez.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, I mean, the best. What is the imitation is the best form of flattery.
That's
coming
what
back.
losers say. I feel like the from the other on the opposite end, if you were the person being imitated, you're not flattered. I think that's like the middleman. That's the thing that like your friend says to you when you're like complaining about that person stealing your stuff, and you're like, hey, they just want to be like you. You should be positive, and you're just like, no, fuck that dude. And I don't know.
So you don't
I
think
felt flattered.
So-
I was
so
like,
you don't
look
think-
at Klopp. He's so cute.
No, I hate.
Hold on.
Terry, don't you?
you
hate
don't
Liverpool?
think that Erling Haaland is sitting there thinking to himself, I am so flattered that Man U went and got Rasmus Haaland. They like me. They saw what I did. They knew that I was so great. They went and got somebody with almost the exact same name as me,
The
This
same
is the
translation,
list stream.
different language.
from the same region of the world as me.
Big Scandinavia, baby.
You can't help but be like, I
They
must
even
be
did
the
the
man
same
up in
photo
this
shoot.
Joker.
They even did the same photo shoot.
Yeah, I was like, I got to be the man because they just straight trying to replicate it.
Wow, I didn't even peep. Okay. So sorry.
What do you say? Like, what do
We've
they
had
call it over in England? It's not Costco. What's the English version of Costco? What did we say earlier in the season when we had a guest on?
You looked that up too. I forgot.
Uh,
I'm
it's
so
kind
sorry.
of like saying the Great Value, Holland, Jennifer. Thank you. But there's a English there's a
English version.
English
Okay, so
version of that.
we have Moose on.
Hold
I
on,
believe.
Is Musa a Liverpool fan?
No,
No,
Oh, okay.
he's not.
I have one. I have a jersey because I lost a bet a few years ago. It's in the closet. I've never touched it in 3 years.
Wow, you're
Okay.
a good man though.
Okay.
You support at least for the English league, Chelsea, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And we've gone basically your entire time without saying a word about Chelsea. How are you feeling? Okay, so they were this is the stream, so we're honest over here. They were shit last season. Obviously, they had a lot going on. How are you feeling about them over the offseason, the moves they made and leading into the Premier League season?
We'll say probably excited more. I might be a little bit biased too because Nicholas Jackson, that just the forward that just came in
Yeah.
from Senegal and all that. So it's very close to home, and you're starting to see all of the French connection again in Chelsea.
Oh, nice.
The last time you saw when there was a French connections, there was a lot of trophies. So maybe history will repeat itself again. And we have a new coach. From what I'm seeing, he's gonna probably win his first trophy finally. Earn it in.
Oh, okay. What trophy is this? Is this the
This
Carabao?
year? Like this
For
year?
now, I'm gonna say a trophy.
Okay, just keep it open.
I'm
That's what I'm
gonna say a
saying.
trophy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
EPL, I'll say maybe in 2 years or so, because we still have some young players that still need to develop. But
Okay. Who are you? Okay, so you talk about the young players. Who, as a Chelsea fan, who are you most excited about?
I'll say Rick James as our new captain.
Okay, but he's like 23, ain't he? Like,
No, he's still
Is-
5?
Reece James is not a young player. New player. Reece
well,
James.
yeah.
New
like-
player, I'll say Nicholas Jackson.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
Nico
there we go.
Jackson. I get
Okay.
it.
Because he's
Okay. So
we got too many connections, and he's been scoring at will now. He's always happy, so hopefully that will translate to
Okay.
this season.
Well, how are you feeling about having an American owner that seems to be getting? That was the latest quote unquote slur until the Saudi League came out and started doing their thing. So how are you feeling about Todd Bowley? You said you like Poch, which that is surprising to me, but let's start with the owners.
At first, I will say at the beginning, he was going all over the place because he was trying to play sporting directors, cheerleader, and coach at the same time. Coming to the U.S. and saying he wanted playoffs, so that was like the biggest turnoff at first. But he's starting to, getting sporting directors, pick the coach that he does not have to worry about picking players and talking to him. Now he's just talking with his wallet, which these days we can't complain about. And you don't hear much from him these days, other than he wrote a big check. So not too bad. And I think the biggest difference with him too is that, he's spending compared to all the other, Manchester United, Glazer, it took him 10 years to start spending money. Kroenke, he's probably the most hated in St. Louis, since he took the Rams away. So he held his wallet for so long, and now he's just spending money now. So I think American owners starting to figure that, they're just not going to buy a team, put a little bit of money in it, and then it's going to be a cash cow.
Okay. Well, you guys always seem to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
So what I guess he's doing different, because Roman spent money, but now it's rumored that FFP is looking into Chelsea's actions in the Roman era. So what, I guess, do you expect from him that isn't, skeevy evil shit?
So maybe that's the little skeptical in me, because I've been in the soccer world too long. I can pretty much guarantee that there's no clubs that can say they're doing business legally or well.
Yes.
Right? Because because I know some players, most of those big contracts you hear about, there's always a Cayman's pocket money that goes in there.
Mhm.
So I'm still a little sour that they took away the club from Roman just because of political reasons, even though we're supposed to kind of keep politics away from soccer. So what they did is pretty much took Chelsea and took it from first place to almost 6, 7, 8, 9 in one season.
12th, I believe. 12th.
Yeah, so it's politics sort of came into the whole sporting era.
Whoa, this is the lit stream. Let's keep it real. Y'all just spent money terribly last year. Like, and the man fired 2 managers. Come on now. That's not the PL's fault.
But also people kind of forget that part of the contract for Bowley to buy the team, there was a clause that said that he had to spend close to $1 billion in new players. So that was part of the contract that said he has to spend on new players. And he almost fulfilled that contract because he went to 600 mil until people was like, stop. So that was part of, and now he's starting to sell players. He got over 200 million back and counting. So I think it will take maybe a few years to get back to the, I guess, even.
Yeah. I'm high on Chelsea this year. I think like the selling has been great. The acquisitions are smart. Like, you have players at every position now. I think y'all have depth in certain areas. Yeah, in youth. Like, that's the best way to invest. You invest in youth. You let it develop together. You have a manager that works with youth. Look at what he did with Spurs when he came on and got them rolling. And if you all push for top 5, because I was telling the boys, like, 5th place could get you in the Champions League next year. You don't have to be 4th. So it's like, hey, if you get top 5, you can make noise happen. So I mean, the future's bright. I just hope y'all lose the City like y'all continue to do. That's all that matters to me. Just keep losing the City. That's all that matters.
Oh, I didn't guess otherwise.
So I know you guys need a midfielder. Oh, sorry, you were going for Caicedo. They got beat to him by Liverpool.
Crazy.
Who do you expect to bring in now?
That only God knows now.
Okay, let's
because we had they put all their on Caicedo and then started to forget about all the others. So now I'm wondering who would they be going for after that.
Would you have wanted them to go to 110?
No, not. Well, that would be a very expensive midfield if you have Enzo 100 and Caicedo another 100.
You better win the league.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Crunk. You was trying to move us on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the St. Louis player that you wanted to talk about.
Oh no, so I see you're a big St. Louis SC fan, St. Louis City FC or SC, I should say. Yeah. So are you familiar with Akil Watts?
I sure do. I talk to him often too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Akil is from Fort Wayne, which is where I'm from. I remember, I don't know him personally. We used to go to the same barbershop. I know his parents. I've met his parents. He's got he's got an older brother that played.
Yep.
And he was found. Well, I won't say found. He was, I guess, identified, really recognized at a Beasley camp by DeMarcus Beasley. Played for the same club that my daughter plays for, or played for. That's going to be hard for me to remember to get that right. She's been there so many years. So yeah, I just wanted to see what your thoughts are on him. I know he's still relatively young in MLS terms at only 23, an age where a lot of people are just now coming out of college. So,
and I think probably the biggest takeaway from him, especially, is how MLS, they have what they call their second team, which is like the MLS Next Pro.
Sure.
So he has a pro contract, but the first he kind of started with a CD2 pretty much team.
Okay.
So I think 5 to 6 games, he's starting to show how well he was, and then earned his starting game, I think, probably 3 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden it started 4 games in a row on a right back. And I'll say the kid's fast.
Yeah.
He definitely showed that, he can pass the midfield, cross the ball back in the 6, and then run all the way back to defense, even without
That's
The
what I
floor is
think.
noisy there.
One of the things about him, he's listed as a midfielder on your on the roster there.
Yep.
He played as a midfielder in high school. I think he played a lot of outside back for like the youth national team when he was playing with them. So he's kind of one of those players that can be moved around and is versatile. I would love for him. I would love to see him really succeed there at St. Louis. It would actually maybe make me become a St. Louis fan because like I said, I'm not necessarily a fan of any MLS club. I want to support NYCFC, but I just don't get into MLS. But having that personal connection with him would be the thing that would do it for me. But I really hope he's able to thrive there in St. Louis, and I think there's still a lot to come from his game. So.
Yeah, and I think just not long ago I saw that he's dad Mondo Matt Watts also. So they're cool people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember being at games and we're lined up standing next to each other, me and his dad, and we're watching or whatever because they're playing at they're practicing or whatever. So yeah, I've seen good people.
Yeah,
good people.
And you probably the fun part with the whole Man City and St. Louis City, which is very kind of funny now they have the same name, but just recently they actually hired one of the executives from the City group. Was it Diego Gigliani? He was one of the City groups that owned Man City executives. Now he's pretty much our executive for soccer and operations.
Gotcha.
That's St. Louis City. So you see, there's a tie there to both the city groups.
And Sharpie, you said in the chats, time for City to step up and pay for Paqueta. No, I'm down. I'm down. I want Paqueta and Doku. I want us to just make it rain. We haven't done that because all of our moves have been like for likes. We have been just replacing people. We haven't really, and even Doku, that's still replacing a person. We need a player just to bring into a player. We need to scare people. I said we need a midfielder. I want a midfielder. I will take all the players, honestly. I think Pep will be able to figure out. We play enough competitions. We can find time for people.
So now the question is, how low do you guys see Chelsea being at this point?
We all picked Chelsea to finish 6th yesterday on the
every single one of us, all four of us.
All 4 people picked 6, which I think is respectable.
I like you guys because that was mine. Yeah. I was like, if we can make it to 6 with all the troubles and just the young players that we have, and then Nicholas maybe score 15 goals, Enzo gets his 5, and Cuckoo decides to stay healthy for 5 minutes, we'll be good.
Yeah. And Cuckoo, I think, losing him is a big loss. He was going to be that glue guy at 10 to help out a second striker.
And he's fun.
Yeah. I still give it all 6 or 7. Yeah, 6 or 7 feels right. Not getting Caicedo is a big loss.
I'm still surprised. I don't know, maybe if LeBron wrote a check or something, but
like what happened? Like truly,
FSG stepped up. They've been saving. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna wait." This is
I think that's
Saudi money.
I think it's insulting though. Yeah. I think it's insulting that Brighton went and took Liverpool's money though, because we give them a lot of money for players too, and I don't think Chelsea's gonna buy another player from Brighton.
I mean,
somebody just switch team after that if they do.
They made a lot of money off y'all, man.
Yeah,
and you took the manager. Like they like rating. Let you all take their players. They don't care because they know they got more people coming. Like Brighton's they're running their mob operation right now. Like they're gonna stick you up, get everything they want. You can't go lower than their price. They don't care because somebody else will pay it, and we see it every summer. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will. Well, thank you. Let people know where to find you. I think you recently started St. Louis SC like content, or you're just doing your own set thing. So go ahead.
So pretty much it's Musa Seika 17 in all platform, and I just released that I will be starting a pretty much a podcast. And it's Mo Football STL. So it's a play of, my nickname Musa, even though Mo is also for Missouri. And then it's football and then St. Louis.
All right. Well, I will give that a subscribe when you get that going. Made a nice little.
What's your
note.
Twitter handle, man? I don't follow. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's MUSASEKA 17.
MUSEKA 17.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I type it up.
Okay, yeah, type that up. Yeah, throw it in the chat.
Yeah. He's good people. All right. Well, appreciate you, homie. We'll
Likewise.
see you around.
Good talking to you.
I have to go coaching now.
Hey, shout out to him. All right. Well, I'm trying to get Byron on. I'm sending you an invite, so you just gotta accept it. I don't know how it looks. Hey, what's up, homie?
Let's go.
We got a gunner in the house. Oh my gosh. First Chelsea, now a gunner. Who are we? What have we become here at SOB?
Y'all letting anybody in. What is happening?
The floodgates are open.
Right.
It's only Thursday content. That's all you do. It's the only time we talk to other people. Thursday.
Right?
Right. How are you? How are things going?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. I'm doing great. Had a really good workout today. I'm feeling great, y'all. How are y'all doing?
I'm on the same vibe, bro. A good workout goes a long way, man.
That's what's up, man. Getting that workout in, getting hydrated. It feels great.
So,
Workout. What is that?
man,
I'm too old to work out, man. I go up and down the stairs for work. I work in the basement. I go upstairs to eat. I come back down. I walk to my garage to get in my car to go pick up the kids. I'm getting a lot of exercise myself. I just want to put that out there.
That's what's up, man. I love it.
So Byron, I very much enjoy. So you talk about going touching grass a lot. That is a tweet that a lot of people say. But you are a man who does those things. You will legitimately post a photo of you outside touching grass, being like, hey, reminder, literally go touch grass. And every time you do that, I laugh. I laugh so hard every single time because I'm like, this man, hey, there are people who talk and there are people who do. And
Yes.
Byron, you do.
Yes, absolutely. And, it's just a reminder because we get, stuck in these Twitter streets, these Twitter wars. And I'm like, hey, man, go out and touch some grass, man. I'm tired of hearing y'all argue all the time. Go touch some grass.
I love it. Okay, well, Arsenal,
Yes,
you
sir.
guys, we did you a favor and the community show, this list stream will keep it real, but you obviously won the shootout, so congratulations.
We gotta touch on that for just 30 seconds, just real quick, because I've seen some crazy banter back and forth. So first thing, y'all let us get in there and win one, and I really appreciate that. But second thing, I saw this photo on Twitter and it had Arteta standing and Pep kneeling, and they were like, the apprentice is overtaking the master. I'm like, Gunners, hey, listen right now. It was a Community Shield game. Let's calm down. Let's relax, okay?
When did this
Y'all won the treble last year. We're still trying to come up, okay? We need to temper our expectations. It was nice to get the shield, but I would rather have a treble, okay? So let's calm down out there in Gunnerland. Like, let's relax.
I like this guy.
I'm yelling on the camera right now. I know I'm animated, but hey,
I love it.
we gotta calm down.
Hey.
We gotta take it down a notch.
Hey, so Byron is he was my Arsenal representative for the Arsenal Represent episode I did this summer. That was a lot of the things that people said in the comments on YouTube. They were like, wow, I really like him.
Bro, we gotta chill.
He's refreshing.
We gotta relax. That's all I'm saying. We gotta relax, man. We gotta temper those expectations.
So wait, let me ask you, with those expectations being tempered and understanding where the club is, lots of money invested.
Lots of money.
My biggest name for Arsenal this year and fans that I know is no excuses. I don't want to hear we don't have depth. I don't want to hear blah, blah, blah. is this a title or bust season for Arsenal?
So I'm going to take a step back. I don't get caught up in the title and bust
Okay.
talk, but I do get caught up in we're challenging for the title talk. We have a lot of youth on our side, but on the back end, like you kind of touched on, Sharpie, we have that depth now. So there shouldn't be any excuses about, well, someone's out injured or this happened. What about Ramsdale? We have Raya coming in, right? And just to touch on that real quick, I liked Matt Turner. I thought he was a capable backup, but for the U.S. men's national team, he did need more game time. So that move makes sense. But going back to what you previously challenged me with, we have the depth, so there is no excuse this time. We shouldn't be happy with just finishing the top 4. We should be on City's heels, so to speak. City. I mean, y'all are the world beaters, but I really do think that we are here to challenge as well. And like you were kind of alluding to, there's no excuses. We have our depth now.
Well, one quick thing.
Yeah.
Moving for playing time did not work the best for Zach Steffen, but Nottingham Forest is actually a great move for him, I think, because they're going to be up against a lot of shots. And like Tarek said early in the show, they are going to be up against a lot of shots. So that does make him I think he will be better off at Nottingham than Steffen was wherever.
But that's assuming that they don't bring back Dean Henderson. If they bring back Dean Henderson and he ends up a backup to Dean Henderson, then it would be pointless to me.
Right.
If you're going to be a backup, you might as well stay at Arsenal. So I heard that was still an option. I don't know if that's the case. We'll see. I don't really care about the U.S. men's national team necessarily, outside of the fact that I was born in the U.S. So okay, whatever. But so I don't really care if he does well or not. But for his own personal sake, if you're gonna move for playing time, you got to go there and play. Zach Steffen, when he moved, he had to go down to the championship. At least for Matt Turner, he gets to stay in the Premier League. Let's see if he actually gets playing time and become a number 1. And then how does he do as a number 1? So we'll see.
For sure. I think that's a really good point. And I'm not one to carry the banner for the national team as well. The women, I mess with them because like back in the day when people were talking crazy to them and they came out and showed out, I really love that about them. But yeah, the men's team, man. But kind of like what you alluded to, Tariq, I think that this is a better opportunity for Matt for his career because, I mean, there's no way he was really going to see the pitch over at Arsenal. And, Nottingham Forest, they have a nice little team. And I think that he could, help, strengthen that back line. And I'm excited to see what he can do, just not when he plays us, of course, this weekend.
But like Nottingham Forest last year am I wrong? Did they have what's the keeper from Spain?
They had Henderson last year. He was wearing the cap. He was on one.
But then he got hurt, right? Then they brought in someone else. I forget my man's name.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's played for Real.
Yeah,
he played for
like
PSG. Navas, yes.
Keylor
Navas.
Yeah.
Keylor Navas is a great keeper, in my opinion.
Yeah,
he is. I don't know that either Dean Henderson or Matt Turner can live up to Keylor Navas. Thank you for that, DT3. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
That's what we got y'all here for, Shady Gang, because I can't remember it all. I'm old.
I will say that I just saw something that Henderson might be staying at United because Wheaton got hurt. Tom Heaton got hurt. That was what Sky reported earlier. He got a calf injury. So I hope that Matt gets the one shirt. I hope he is able to, get the 38 matches, no injuries, just go. Because I don't think he was a weakness, right? We didn't look at the World Cup and go, oh my God, our keeper's terrible. Yeah. But he can definitely improve. But he's not going to get the style of play that we do anyway. So this is about staying in shots, knocking it long. You're trying to get as many points. You're just trying to stay up. So it's a different battle than at Arsenal, where he was really playing intricate football in the cup matches and, trying to play Arteta style.
Yeah.
This is letting him just be a keeper. Like, keep the ball out of the net and get it out of there.
He's not that extra
I don't know that. Yes, I don't know that playing with his feet is necessarily his strength. So
It's-
he doesn't have to
it's
worry about
not.
that as much. He can
It's not.
just be a shot stopper, which I think is what he was better at.
And David Ornstein, since we're talking about breaking news, David Ornstein reported that Harry Kane has all
Mhm.
basically
Yeah, I seen that.
accepted the deal. Are we gonna talk about him finally either able to win a trophy? Is he going to now ruin Bayern's streak of what is it, 11 straight years?
God, I hope so.
I hope
He is
so.
now he ran away from Alan Shearer's record, so there
Yeah.
he in a way he's still running away from the grind. His supposed
He's gonna come back.
$100 million Skechers deal that is like the weird boots that he's wearing. There's just so many
My
angles,
guy
so
say
many things.
Skechers deal. Wow.
No, but
Yeah,
supposed
Skechers.
no, I'm not joking. He wore these like all black boots in one of these preseason matches,
Mhm.
and supposedly Skechers and him are dropping like a $140, $200. It's something crazy because I was like, whoa, dropping a Sketcher football shoe. That is what
He
it is.
belongs at Skechers. Yes. That's
Like
correct.
it does
Yeah,
fit
he
him.
belongs there.
Like it makes
For
sense.
sure.
The boot does look cool though. It's like all black. It has some nice little like tactical stripe in. It looks like tactile. It would
That
feel
word,
great.
yep.
Yes, it felt great on the hands. Like it was. I don't know. Like once I saw that it was Skechers, I was like, okay, this is a little weird, but I like the boot. So there's just so many angles we can go on Harry Kane. Byron, let's start out with you with a guess from any of the Harry Kane information I said. Where do you want to go?
So, first of all, I'm glad that penalty merchant is out of the Premier League. Get him out of here. Have fun in Germany. And secondly, my second team is actually Dortmund. So I want to see him get cooked. I want to see him fail, but I have to give him his props. He does pop up in spaces really well. He is a really good passer. So I don't know. I think he's going to be successful at Bayern. But the thing about Bayern is like you have to fit in their culture. If they don't like you in their culture, then they're liable to freeze him out.
Yeah, but their culture is kind of like boring, and that's Harry Kane's
It is
thing. So
yeah.
I think they'll fit in pretty nicely.
Yeah, I think he'll be
about white to
fine.
me.
Sauerkraut, you know that vibe.
Thanks.
No, because look, that's what happened to Mane. Like Mane was like his
Yeah.
agent was like they weren't ready for an African player to come in, like, and
Yeah.
it didn't blend. And now he's in
No.
Saudi Arabia with Ronaldo. Like Harry
Mhm.
is made for it. Like
Mhm.
walk right in,
Right. Just walk in there and be boring. That's it.
score goals. I
Score
got
goals.
Bayern in the I got him in the semifinals of the UCL. I got him winning Germany. They
Okay.
need a striker. They got a striker. No disrespect to Dortmund, but losing Jude is hard.
Yeah.
You know, they're really good, man. Like, and they got a Tuchel for a whole year. He won't, you know, they started to figure some things out. They're gonna be back. Like it's funny because Harry Kane, like all the things Crunk said are hilarious, but on the field with Sané, Gnabry, and Musiala, all his black boys around,
Musiala.
Yeah, so it's not gonna change
niggas
much.
go crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
them niggas.
I used to say Los Negros. What's black in German? Like, Harry Kane.
You know, I should know that, but I don't remember.
I'm
So the last season was tough for you. You said your first team is Arsenal, your second team is Dortmund.
Yeah, it was rough.
You lost to us late in the season.
Yeah.
And then Dortmund, did they lose? They take it to like the last day?
Yeah, they took it to the last day, but honestly, the loss in the Premier League, I wasn't really pressed by that. You know, you saw on Twitter where all these, you know, gooners are out there like just basically crying on TL. That wasn't me because I was being realistic because with the youth that we have, when Saliba left, it wasn't just Saliba either. When our other defender, gosh, I'm blanking on his name, Takahiro.
Tomiyasu?
Yeah, Tomiyasu. When he went down, they went down in the same game. And I was like, there it goes, because people don't rate Tomiyasu, but because he's, you know, quiet, but he's actually a really good player. But when they both went down, I was like, we really just don't have the depth and we don't have the maturity. So that didn't really hurt me, honestly, Tariq. But Bundesliga, watching that happen, that hurt. That hurt because it was like you got your family in the stands, you got the whole town here watching you play, and you can't come up with some goals. You can't do it for the city. You haven't been in this position in decades, and you can't finish. No, all y'all need to just go to the locker room. I don't even want to see y'all today. So that hurt, but Premier League, I was good. I was like, it's okay. It's all right. Bundesliga hurt though.
Oh man,
that hurts.
So I see you got an Atlanta in your background.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that where you're from?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Iowa. If you see the license plate up there,
Okay.
I'm actually from Crunk's hometown, from Davenport, Iowa.
hey,
And we didn't even know that until we
I had
started
no
talking on
idea.
Twitter.
I had no idea.
But I live in Atlanta now. I've been here for almost 10 years. I love it. A lot more diverse. It's great. I love it.
It's not hard for Iowa.
No, it's
Man,
not hard.
Hey, when
That
you
was-
left, like half of the black population in Iowa left with
Like,
you.
he's
Yes.
not lying. I remember I visited Atlanta the first time I stayed there. I stayed there for a week with a friend,
Yeah.
and there was no joke because I counted it. It was like 31 hours and 32 minutes I went without seeing a white person.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the
Probably the
craziest
exact
experience.
opposite of
Literally
Okay,
the
okay.
exact. I
Polar opposite.
can literally look out my window and see like five of them, five
Yeah.
white people. So it's like they're everywhere. And
So what
it-
took you? Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
oh no, you go. No, that's all.
No, I
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say. So what took you to Atlanta?
So I have family in Tennessee and in Georgia as well. So when I was a kid, I used to always visit, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. And when I was in college and things of that nature, Southern rap was like huge. And I was like, I need to get down there to see what Luda's talking about. I need to get down there to see what Lil Jon talking about. So went down to visit, fell in love with the place. And the thing that I love the most, I love the most, and I still love the most, is the amount of parks and trees that we have here. If you know anything about the Midwest, because of the farm subsidies, they plowed all the trees. It's just flat, and it's just basically used for soybeans or corn. But down here, you actually have those different gradients, and you can see the trees and you can see the mountains. And I'm like, it's basically the southern Colorado, if you can think about it, because the Appalachians come right through here. And it's a beautiful place, man. So I just fell in love with it.
I wasn't sure if you went down there for college or not. Our
Yeah,
guy,
no.
Sharpie's from went to school down there.
That's what's up. Okay, so I started out at Iowa, and then I transferred to the University of Tennessee. And now I'm a graduate student at Georgia Tech. So
Okay.
I kind of am here, I guess, going to school, but yeah, that's part of it.
That's dope. That's dope. What's that? So are you like close to Tech's campus, like in the Midtown area?
No, I'm actually like closer to Buckhead, that area. Like
Oh, yeah, north.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
north
North
side.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
North. Love it. up
Georgia
there. I miss
North. North.
Yeah.
Tech
I'll have to hit you up
was-
when I come down. I try to come down like once a year. I'm actually there in
Yeah.
September for
Okay.
a wedding, so
Okay.
we'll see if we can make some things happen.
I can't remember. I might be in Germany at that time, but yeah, just let me know.
Okay,
Figure it out.
Link.
What
So are you going
doing
to a Dortmund game?
I might have to sneak over there, man. I might have to do it because basically I'm going to Germany for like it's an international affairs fellowship that I have. So I'm gonna go over there for about a week. But I'm gonna try to sneak over there for a game. I gotta see them play, man. I
What
haven't
part of
seen them
Germany?
play in person. So I'm going to Berlin,
Okay.
Munich, and some other smaller towns in the area. But in my itinerary, I have a free day, so I'm gonna try to skate up there and see what they're talking about.
My dad was in the
Nice.
army. We lived over there for almost 5 years when I was a kid.
Oh wow!
We lived in a city called Darmstadt, which is about an hour from Frankfurt.
Okay,
But Darmstadt actually just made it back to the Premier League this year. Not the Premier League, the Bundesliga.
yeah.
Sorry, as my mind is always Premier League. So I don't really have a second team, but I will be rooting for them. And I don't necessarily expect them to do well, but that's okay. I'm just, represent
Yeah.
the city where I used to live. So
Yeah.
we'll see how they do.
No, that's what's up. It's fun. See, I think that's a great thing about European football is all these little towns have clubs, right? And
Yep.
then they can get promoted as well. You just I like American football as well, but it just doesn't have that same vibe as these like smaller local teams that you can go and watch, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, as an Arsenal fan, before we get out of here, I do want to ask you which one of the last year's top 7 teams will lose on match day 1. I will go through the matches for you. Man City versus Burnley, Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest, Man United versus Wolves, Newcastle versus Aston Villa, Liverpool versus Chelsea, and Brighton versus Luton Town.
See, I'm not really a good how should I say this, a pundit, because I'm kind of a hater. So just going down that list.
Hate away, it's a list string.
Going down that list. So Man City's winning, Arsenal's winning, Man United's garbage, they're losing, Wolves is taking that one, and then we have Aston Villa over Newcastle because Newcastle thinks they're good with that oil money, but baby, they're cooking in Aston Villa right now. Chelsea, they might get relegated this year. I'm not even looking at them. Liverpool's beating them. And Brighton, they're going to welcome Luton Town to the Premier League, right, and cook them. So that's how I feel.
Energy. Love this energy.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
probably with him on all of it.
This year, Chelsea, you are fighting for your life, sweetheart.
Should have kept Musa on.
right. He's a Chelsea fan, so I'm sure.
I know that Caicedo news hurt, baby. I know it hurt.
Man,
Had to.
man.
His face when I read it, he was like, "What? Wait, what?" Like that was shocked. Like I was like, "Why isn't he talking?" And I was like, "Oh, he's a Chelsea fan." Oh, this really. Hit
I
me.
know. That's why I was like, "Wait, we've spent way too much time not even touching Chelsea."
I
They
thought he
got
was a
Tyler
Liverpool
Adams
fan.
though. They got Tyler Adams. That's great. You know, Tyler.
Tyler
America.
Adams.
Are you going to get Tyler for real?
They got
No,
him.
they got it. They
You got him?
They released.
Yeah.
They
off
had
there.
to. They were fighting for the life in midfield, man. They had to get Tyler.
Throw in Lavia too. Shit, why not? You know,
Yeah.
make it run.
Might
They're
as well.
gonna need to figure something out. 'Cause
Yeah, they have to.
Tyler Adams, he's good, but I'm not as high on him. Let me get out of here. Let's stop. Let's not. Nope, that's against brand, like Sharpie did. I'm not getting caught twice.
Sharpie going to call you a racist?
Anti-black.
Anti-black.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm stopping myself.
Keep that in your
I'm learning.
text.
I'm
Don't you
learning.
bring
I'm
that in
learning.
public.
Yep,
Don't you bring that out in front of your wife.
Thank
folks.
you. Thank you.
Don't you do that.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Byron, do you want to let people know where to follow you, because he is a fantastic follow? So please.
Yeah, just follow me on Twitter. I do have an Instagram as well, but you can find me on Twitter. Then I can introduce you to Instagram as well. But it's just at BYST. That's my Twitter handle, and I don't just tweet about football. I tweet about everything. And if you like this, this meetup that we had here, I'm even wilder on Twitter. So let's go, baby. Let's do it.
All right. Well, Sharpie, Tarek, you want to let people know where to follow you?
What you see on the screen at Sharpie Charlie. Everybody here follow me. Y'all know. I mean, but Byron, I just followed you, so hopefully you can follow me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep
Gotcha.
mine a secret. You got to go search for it.
Ooh,
It's
I like that.
it's
gotta
about
work.
fan engagement. You got to do some work today. You
Yeah.
got homework and assignment. If you
Yeah.
want to follow me, you got.
How real are you?
Most people are
Shane?
probably already following me, so it's neither here nor there. But if you really want to know,
It's available.
at Tarek Peterson
Quickly he folded.
on Twitter. It's on Twitter. It will always be Twitter.
Oh,
Even when I'm not
that's
on it
nice.
anymore, it will be.
Yo, I got to get out of here, boys. Love y'all,
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
no worries.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm trying to get to watch this Women's World Cup match. So
Yes, let's go.
yes, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, people who are watching. You did beautiful in the lit streams. We will be back tomorrow for a kickoff show. So we about to flip it right back soon. We will see you. You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.